got it in the thing. That's funny.
This thing's a lot of fun. Like chocolate and peanut butter when you put the two together. All right, guys. I hope everybody is keeping their eye on the ball. That's kind of like the game, right? Where are we going? Keep your eye on the ball. Just like I just did with this thing. Every shot, the ball moves further away, further away, further away. Keep your eye on the ball. I think that's what they're kind of playing. I think that's the game we're playing right now. Is keep your eye on the ball. They keep throwing out there little bits of information. The ball keeps on, every time we take a shot, the ball keeps moving further away. Yep. What are we into, the third week of the administration? Second week. Yeah, like 10 days, right? We're into the administration 10 days, right? He took office on the 20th. Today is the 2nd. So we're 12 days in, and the ball's halfway down the road. Keep your eye on the ball. So it got announced that the cartels are terrorists. So now we can put them in the same boat as Taliban or Al-Qaeda, which will mean that Mexico is now Afghanistan 2.0. We got the Marines in Southern California on the border. We got Border Patrol getting shot at. We've got Mexico and Canada both getting threatened with tariffs, and they have both put tariffs on the U.S. Keep your eye on the ball. So ask yourself this. What happens when we become the nation that gets sanctions put on us? Yep. What happens when the rest of the world says, we're done playing with you? Oh, did I tell you we started bombing in the Middle East again? ISIS is back. Keep your eye on the ball. Oh, 4 airplanes went down in 4 days. Did I tell you that? Keep your eye on the ball. Where are we going? Did I tell you the Fed kept interest rates the same? Keep your eye on the ball. Have you noticed that your dollar is worth less at the register? Gas still hasn't come down? Keep your eye on the ball. I hope you guys are getting mentally prepared for what's about to happen. We can spend all afternoon training with these. And we can spend all afternoon making planters, getting the garden ready. But you got to keep your eye on the ball. I highly recommend a book. Robert Greene wrote a book called The 33 Strategies of War. If you haven't read this book or given this book a listen on Audible, you might want it. It teaches you to keep your eye on the ball. Undoubtedly, keep your eye on the ball. So how far does the ball go down the road? How many shots does the ball take? This one took about 200 today. It is a lot of fun. It is a great way to relax the mind for me anyway. I come out here and plink on the range at the end of a weekend, and it gives me the opportunity to gather my thoughts, or actually it gives me an opportunity to put my thoughts away, right? You know, it's just me and the red dot and the ball. But we all have to be conscious. We all have to be very conscious of what every shot to the ball does to the mind and to your heart. Because there's a lot of stress. This thing comes with a lot of stress. The ball is the ball of stress, the ball of information, the ball that you focus on. So what is the ball you focus on? Is it the media? Is it your job? So keep your eye on the ball, kids. Learn how to, I should have had 2 I could juggle. And then we can watch all the balls in the air. because that's what life is, right? Life's like a juggling act. You got to stay focused on everything. And they know this. Trust me. They've read this book that I'm telling you to read, Robert Greene, 33 Strategies of War. If I can get myself technically advanced enough to put a link in the description, I will. It's long. It's going to take you a couple days to listen to. I think it was 20 hours altogether, but I listened to it the other day, or the last 3 days, and it's fantastic. Everything that's in this book is playing out in this world real time, and it has played out in this world real time over centuries. There's nothing new under the sun. It's all been done before, and it continues to be done. It's just a continual rotation of how they hold on to power, how they hold on to the currency, how they hold on to the manipulation of our minds, because that's what government is, right? Government is not a battle for the ball. Government's a battle for your mind. They want you to keep your eye on the ball, because if you keep your eye on your ball, your mind is focused on the ball. But just remember, as much as your mind is focused on the ball, the heart knows more than the mind will ever know. Your heart is way smarter than your mind is. Your mind is forgetful. I guarantee you most people watching this video can't remember most of the things that happened to them when they were 3 years old. They don't. But your heart's been beating since the day you were born, since the day you were conceived, whatever, 30, 45 days into the conception, that heart beats every day. It remembers to beat. It doesn't forget. The heart doesn't forget. The heart knows the truth. The heart knows a lie. The heart is the compass to the mind. So keep your eye on the ball. Keep your heart focused on God. And this way, when the ball does something crazy and comes out of left field or right field, at least you could say, whoa, is there too much coincidence in this? Is this ball even real? Is this thing even real? Who knows if it is? You got to make that decision. And if you can't see the ball, and if you can't touch the ball, you can't focus on the ball, make the ball move yourself, is the ball real? Does the ball affect your reality? Or is it just more information? Oh, this is not going to be easy, kids. Not going to be easy. We're heading into a world where the posture of the U.S. is going to be strongly criticized and challenged. And I don't know how far it will go. Nobody knows how far down the road will go. How many shots will the ball take before we lose sight of it, before we can't focus on it no more, before it's just not reality? Keep on prepping, kids. Men, women, brothers, sisters, everybody's got to prep. Make sure your kids are aware of things that are happening. Teach your kids, train your kids to watch your six when you're in the supermarkets. Things are going to get crazy, I think. I don't think we've even seen the beginning of this. Well, I mean, they're saying they had improvised explosive devices, IEDs, have already been seen in Texas. Keep your eye on the ball, kids. They've been blowing up bazaars and innocent people all over the Middle East for decades. But that ball has never come home to play. And now it's here. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep your eye on the ball. Everything that's been going on over there is coming here. What are they trying to prepare us for? You know, I understand we need manufacturing here. We need jobs here. We need all this stuff here. That's absolutely true. But what all of a sudden is changing that it needs to come here, that the ball needs to come here? Running all these people, these illegal aliens, and I understand that. They're illegal. They came here not under the proper pretenses. They're illegals. Some of them have been in this country for a very long time. Some of them are part of the economy of this country, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Keep your eye on the ball. What happens when you run these people out of the country? Does it help the economy or does it rout the economy? Because let me tell you something. I'm a construction worker. I've been a construction worker for my entire life as far as I can remember back. I left college. I was in law school taking classes. I worked one summer in construction and fell in love with it, and I have never looked back. And I was 19, 20 years old. I'm 52 this year. So it's 30 years of working in construction. And you know what I've seen? I've seen the trade completely change. Keep your eye on the ball. Do guys my age, half the guys my age can't get off the couch. Half the guys my age sitting home drinking beer, watching football, eating McDonald's for a living. They all got issues. Everybody, they're all facing health problems. The guys younger than me, they just want to stay home and play video games. I mean, I don't speak for them all, but the larger majority of them do. And they've all been indoctrinated that they need a job like a doctor or a lawyer or some kind of healthcare professional. You know, that they need this piece of paper that says they're certified to do a job. I learned the school of hard knocks. I worked with a bunch of bikers that would beat your ass if you screwed something up. Keep your eye on the ball, kids. That's the game we're playing. 2025 is going to be the year that you need to keep the eye on the ball. And that's all I'm really going to say. I don't like to push fear or a bunch of propaganda or a bunch of knowledge that I can't vet. I get it in my news feed. I see it, but can I vet that it's the honest truth? You know, do I honestly know there were 67 people on that plane? Do I honestly know that there were 4 military personnel on that plane? Do I know that that helicopter wasn't being flown remote control? Do I have any knowledge of what's really happening other than what's being fed to me on the little black thing right there in front of me, or on the TV set that I happen to not own? I don't, but I got to keep my eye on the ball. And the ball's always moving. The ball never stops. Los Angeles burned down by wildfires. Entire neighborhoods burned down. Nobody was able to save a house. Not one house. It all just burned to the ground. There wasn't even that many bushes around it. There wasn't even that much trees. I live in the woods. These people got incinerated. Never mind burned down. They're incinerated. When I set a little fire in the campground, out here in the camp, when I set a fire, the ash goes black at first. And after about 12 hours of incinerating heat, it goes white. Look at the pictures of Los Angeles. It's white. Palm trees are still standing, but everything else is burned to the ground. Keep your eye on the ball. And we get these weird statements. Continuity of government. Look it up. Do some research. Do some research. This was just said the other day. They put their politicians in without questioning. Their cabinet goes in without questioning. This administration, his cabinet goes in under scrutiny, yelling, shouting at people, trying to get people to swear not to do their job. But yet, somehow, they stay in office. Well, see what happens when you don't keep your eye on the ball? The ball gets dropped. Be safe. Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind open. Keep your heart open. Pray often. Train often. And make sure you have a plan for everything you do. It's operational security. OPSEC is important right now. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure people know where you're going. Make sure that people know where you are. We might see some crazy stuff. I imagine it's going to happen in other places first, right? The blue states, the border states. You know, we'll probably see some crazy shit pop off there before we see it pop off here in Florida. But I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. These people are embedded. There are certain groups that have been part of our CIA, part of the government, part of the system, right? Just like Al Qaeda, just like the Taliban, just like Hamas, just like Hezbollah, just like the Houthis. How'd they get all the money to get all this equipment? We paid them at one point to destabilize or to be activists in a country that we had our interest in. The cartel is no different. The cartel is no different. So I guess we're just tired of making payments, right? Did I tell you we're going to go take the Panama Canal back to possibly Greenland? Oh, and he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which I'm sure nobody in Mexico is happy about. And I dropped the ball. I'm out of here, guys. Check you out on the next one.